Hi travellers, and welcome to today's edition on finding out the best Brisbane to Birdsville road trip stops, or at least some of the things to see along the way or the towns to stay in for the night. As there are a couple of different ways you can go, today I'm going to go through the northern route on the way there and the southern route on the way back to Brisbane. This adds some variety and a way to check out other cool spots. Whether you live in Brisbane or just flying in, Brisbane is a great place to start up for your supplies, car hire and domestic or international flights. You need to be prepared for this four-wheel drive road trip and be aware of the conditions that you're about to encounter. Apart from that, if you are looking at exploring Brisbane as a new visitor, then I'll have some more in-depth videos posted in the description below for you to research later. This will be in Brisbane or other stops mentioned in the video today. Our first stop on the list is Toowoomba, which is only 2 hours west of Brisbane. Toowoomba is one of Queensland's largest inland cities with a population of 130,000 people. It's located in the Darling Downs and known for representing colonial times with the Cobb & Co Museum, which you can visit daily for a small charge. Every year, tourists will flock to the city in droves to witness the Spring Carnival of Flowers Festival. This is held in September, and while the flowers are around for the whole month, the main carnival is held over a weekend. But it doesn't stop there, and several great additions like the Japanese gardens, picnic point, and a great foodie scene at Walton Stores. There's also the Bunya Mountains National Parks nearby with their amazing hikes and waterfalls to see. A few hours west and we come to the town of Mitchell. Now, I didn't stop here overnight, but this was a great addition for visiting for your first hot artesian spa. These particular ones look just like a pool, but they do have temps at around 40 degrees and used in conjunction with their normal pools and interchanging between the two. There's no better way to relax in one of these. Next, we come to the town of Charleville, and always a highlighted stop for adults and kids. In fact, we stayed here for 2 nights and still didn't get everything done. First up, you have the Cosmos Centre, and featuring 2 different tours during the day and the night, observing the stars and the moons with their high-powered telescopes. The light pollution is very low as you start getting into the outback, and always better for seeing the skies lit up. Apart from that, the Australian Bilby experience is definitely a must and a big hit for the kids, and it's located right next door to the Tourist Information Centre. Their scheduled tours run daily and is actually a protected environment for this endangered species. Around 9 AM every morning you can see the weather balloon being automatically released. But don't be late for this one, as it won't wait around. There's also American base left over from Charleville's effects in World War II. For a small charge, you can tour the museum. Next, we have the small town of Quilpie, which I use for an overnight stop. The Channel Country Tourist Park has more artesian water, but these are inbuilt into spa baths. Great for watching the sunset and listening to the band playing in the caravan park. Apart from that, you have the opportunity for opal fossicking out near the airport. This is free and an interesting addition, but don't expect to get rich. Other options in the area would be to climb Baldy Top Lookout. It's about 7 kilometres or 10 minutes outside of the town of Quilpie. It's only a short 10-minute walk to the top, but it gives you a perfect, clear view of the Queensland Outback Valley floor. I managed to catch an amazing sunrise this morning. Windorah is a small country town located in the Barcoo Shire and was our last overnight stop before getting to Birdsville. This is your first look at the bright red sand with the Windorah Sandhills. Yep, this is even brighter than Birdsville, so make sure you schedule a stop here. Sunrise or sunsets are a great time to view them, but you can see them any time of day. Apart from that, you have the Welford National Park, which you can camp in, but a day trip from Windorah is possible too. I recommend the Desert Drive and the River Drive to see some of those vibrant red sand dunes. When driving your last 5 hours from Windorah to Birdsville, there is just a couple of stops to break up the journey. The first being the Batuta pub, and the owner is the only resident of this small town. It was built in the 1880s and offers up cold beers, a pub lunch and snacks to those weary travellers who pass by. It's only a few minutes via the highway, so remember to stop in and say g'day. The Dreamtime Serpent is your second stop before getting to Birdsville. It only requires about 15 to 20 minutes or a little longer if you want to walk around the whole thing. It's signed as a rest stop on the right-hand side of the road, and the art piece is depicted straight across the road, so make sure you don't miss it. So huge, it was only possible to photograph in its entirety with my drone. It's an Indigenous art instalment placed on a hill made out of the rocks and dirt supplied in the area. Then we finally make it into Birdsville and very close to the South Australian border. You can't get any more remote in Outback Queensland. The town itself is just over 100 permanent residents but can receive thousands of tourists each year. This is for the Big Red Bash Music Festival, the Birdsville races, and for people wanting to drive up the Big Red sand dune. Big Red is the first and highest sand dune out of 1,140 dunes driving into the Mungathiri National Park, or the Simpson Desert. It's the highest and stands 40 metres. But it doesn't seem that difficult to get up, but you do need to have your four-wheel drive basics down. While you're in town, try one of the camel pies at the bakery, learn about the only beetle car making it over the dunes, have a drink at the pub, or go searching around for some wildflowers. As we're making our way back to Brisbane, I would use either Windorah or Quilpie as an overnight stay. From there, you'll be travelling the southern route and all different stops on the way back. The first of these would be Eromanga and the Natural History Museum. It's part of the Dinosaur Trail and you'll find through Queensland Outback, which includes Winton, Hughenden and Richmond. The town of Eromanga is small, so we only stopped for our museum tour and then kept going. This was enough time to take the tour, have some lunch and be on our way. As for the museum, it was only a short hour tour and tells the story about Cooper and George, the largest dinosaur bones found in Australia. This is a very nice new centre developed with a small cafe and drinks and snacks. They will take you out the back to see the replica bones, the process in order to uncover the bones and where they were found. The tour is very similar to the Age of Dinosaurs exhibit in Winton, but well worth the extra stop here. Cunnamulla is a nice choice for an overnight stay with a few things to do before making your way back to Brisbane. You have the Artesian Time Tunnel and Museum that's located in the Tourist Information Centre. The artesian water is the lifeblood of most outback residents and the basin covers about 1/5 of Australia. The Cunnamulla fella is an iconic bush character and the town erected this statue to tribute Slim Dusty and the right to stand for all the ringers of the bush. Want the best artesian waters experience? Then you can't go past a Charlotte Plains station. This is a privately owned sheep farm that rents out shearers' cabins and camping facilities to the tourists, who are in hope of sitting in an old school bathtubs filled with real artesian water that has been bored from the ground beneath. We spent 2 nights here and it's located about 40 minutes from Cunnamulla. The best time for a bath is at sunrise or sunset, but you can relax in these baths at any time of day. Silo art is all around Australia and there are 3 editions in Queensland, with 2 of them located in the south. First up we have the Thallon silo art in the Balloon Shire. These silos were transferred into vibrant masterpieces by Joel Fergie and Travis Vincent, named The Watering Hole. The second lot of silos are about 30 minutes outside of Goondiwindi and near the border of New South Wales, aptly named When the Rain Comes, depicting a young boy playing in the Yeelabon Lagoon. Not only does the art bring colour to the Australian countryside, but it also promotes tourism and economic growth in the area. Stanthorpe has many draw cards from wineries and foodie festivals, but I'm here today to tell you about the Girraween National Park. We completed both the Pyramid Track one afternoon and the Sphinx and Turtle Track early the next morning. The Pyramid Track was the shorter of the two, taking about 2 hours return. The first 3 quarters had lots of stairs and average hiking. The last quarter has you scaling large rock formation and extremely steep. Once you're at the top, you have views of the entire countryside and balancing rock. The Sphinx and Turtle Track took a little longer and around 3 hours to return. There was still a lot of uphill section and stairs, but definitely easier than the Pyramid Track. Overall, the boulders and rock formations are stunning, surrounding the Girraween National Park, and the cicadas couldn't have been more hypnotising with their noise. There you have it, folks, all the road trip stops you can make between Brisbane and Birdsville. If you want some more in-depth videos, please check out this one on Charleville and Birdsville. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.